Two breaking stories just turned up the heat in Pittsburgh. First, a brutal rookie mistake that seemed like just another play has now triggered public criticism from Tomlin, a loss of trust, and even a grim prediction from Big Ben about his future with the team. But if the pressure on the young guys wasn't enough, things get even more serious on the coaching front. Arthur Smith is heading into a high-stakes reunion with his former boss and seems to be ignoring a dangerous detail in his game prep that could cost the Steelers big. Caleb Johnson's situation lit the fuse. But it's just the beginning. Caleb Johnson's NFL journey just hit its first real speed bump, and it came fast and hard. The Steelers' rookie running back had a brutal welcome to the league moment during the Week 2 loss to Seattle, coughing up a kick return that led directly to a Seahawks touchdown. That misstep didn't just swing the momentum, it potentially cost him a shot at sticking around on Sundays this year. Head coach Mike Tomlin didn't mince words after the game, basically saying it's a safe bet Johnson won't be touching kicks again anytime soon. But that might not be the end of it. Steelers legend Ben Roethlisberger hopped on his Footballin' podcast and dropped a pretty harsh take. We might not see Johnson again at all this season, unless injuries force the team's hand. After last week, not getting much action, and this week, that happening. Unless injuries or something happen, we may not see him again the rest of the year, Roethlisberger said. Now, Big Ben wasn't just throwing the rookie under the bus. He admitted there's still a path forward, albeit a narrow one. He didn't call it the doghouse per se, but made it clear Johnson's in a tough spot, and climbing out won't be easy, and the numbers back that up. Through 2 games, Johnson has barely seen the field outside of kick returns. Just 2 offensive snaps in each of the first 2 weeks, with Jaylen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell taking up all the meaningful work out of the backfield. Now that he's essentially been pulled off special teams, you're left wondering, where exactly does he fit in? It's a fair question. The Steelers do need more juice in the run game, and special teams haven't been a strength either. But right now, it's clear Tomlin isn't ready to trust the rookie with either responsibility. Still, Tomlin hasn't totally closed the door. In classic Tomlin fashion, he left a little light on for Johnson, if the kid's willing to grind. I believe in his talent, Tomlin told reporters. He's a sharp young man. He's a hard worker. And so, you leave the light on for him to give him an opportunity to move on from it. But he has to do that. He has to display that with his daily work, and he's got to earn himself back in a position to be a participant. So yeah, Caleb Johnson might be on the shelf for a bit, but he was a 3rd-round pick for a reason. If this mistake becomes his motivation and not his undoing, there's still a shot he contributes down the stretch. The NFL is a business, but it's also about growth, and right now, Johnson's got his first big test. Let's see what he does with it. And if Caleb's situation already shook the locker room, what Arthur Smith did, or failed to do, could be even more alarming. The Steelers are gearing up for another spicy matchup in Week 3, and yeah, the revenge game vibes are back in full force. But this time, it's not just about the players. There's a deep coaching connection heating things up behind the scenes between Pittsburgh's offensive coordinator Arthur Smith and Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel. These two go way back. Smith climbed the coaching ladder under Vrabel in Tennessee, where he ran the tight ends room before eventually taking over as OC. That success landed him the top job in Atlanta before he joined the Steelers this year. And despite the jokes flying this week, typical coach banter, Smith made it clear Vrabel's more than just an old colleague. In all sincerity, one of my closest friends in this profession, Smith said. He's extremely, extremely practical and a really, really smart football coach. Certainly, if my sons were competing, you'd want your son to play for him. To me, that's the highest compliment I can give. Vrabel returned the love too, praising Smith's offensive mind and his ability to make something out of nothing, especially with quick-release relief throws when a play is about to collapse. Bottom line, there's mutual respect all over this matchup. But don't expect that to soften anything on Sunday. The Steelers' offense has been riding a roller coaster so far. Week 1, Rodgers lit up the Jets and had everyone thinking Pittsburgh was cooking. Week 2, total dud. The passing game stalled, the line struggled, and if it weren't for Jaylen Warren racking up over 100 scrappy yards, there wouldn't have been much to write home about. That kind of inconsistency won't cut it, especially with a Patriots defense that's quietly been one of the best through 2 weeks. New England's D-line has been nasty. 9 sacks in 2 games, that's not just solid, it leads the league. They've been bullying offensive lines and making life miserable for QBs, and Smith's crew better have something creative cooked up, or it could be another long day at the office. Still, both squads roll into this one sitting at 1-1 and hungry to find their rhythm. The handshakes and compliments will fade when the ball kicks off at Gillette, and for a couple of guys who used to game plan side by side, only one's walking out with the upper hand this week. Caleb's hanging by a thread, and Smith seems blind to the biggest threat this week, the league's most dangerous defense. He better adjust fast, or this offense sinks. Subscribe to stay updated on all things Steelers.